How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review and a little bit of a double IPA vanilla and milk sugar time in the form of Stickman Brewing. It is their heavy cream. It's not my first Stickman review, but it's been a while since I've actually had one of their beers. This one comes courtesy of Brian from the Philly-ish area. Thank you very much, brother. He dropped off a whole bunch of Pennsylvania and Philly area goodness, and yeah. See what this one has. It's brewed and canned. Stickman brews Rochefort, PA. Bum, 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 bum. Heavy cream. I'm going with the whole Wu-Tang cream right there. And it's a Stickman Just Drink It Double India Pale Ale with vanilla milk sugar. So I assume it's their kind of lactose milkshake IPA. The only thing I see in here which has me kind of guessing is there's a B up here. Now I don't know if that has to do with anything other than, cash rules everything around me kind of thing, but maybe there's some honey in this. I don't know. And this be canned? No idea. So I am drinking this. I think this is the 15th of April. Take that for what it's worth. So, label-wise, it's all right. I mean, Stickman has this kind of Stickman thing going on to where they kind of, all their labels are hand-drawn kind of Stickman guys kind of floating around, as you can see here. And I don't hate it, but at the same time, I think a lot of times if you drive your branding around a shtick, eventually that's going to get tired. People are just going to be like, ha, 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 okay, Stickman. And I get it, but I could see it weighing a little bit heavy on people's kind of, I don't know, sensibilities after a while. What do we have here? It's really crazy because it's got a crazy soapy edge to it. It's like, it gets super rocky and then just kind of bevels up real quick. It doesn't really have this kind of like super creaminess in the middle either. It just kind of stays neutral across the top. And she has a haze to her, but it's really, really light across the edges. It has a deep kind of orange core. So while it does kind of look like a big hazy IPA, it's a little bit lighter, a little bit different looking. A little bit more vibrant on the yellow spectrum. Let's see if I can get a nose. There's something in there. There's like almost a savory component in there. Yeah, there's like almost like a savory. Okay, you're getting the hop portion of the show. You're getting a nice soft bitterness. You're getting a nice soft fruitiness from the hops. Nothing's over the top. You're getting a nice sweetness to it. I think that's coming from the lactose or maybe even vanilla, but there is a savory component and there's almost like a soft eucalyptus component. I have no idea where that kind of soft, minty, effervescent kind of eucalyptus component is coming from, but that little bit of savor thing, that could be a little bit of kind of honey, if that actually does contain honey, kind of coming through. But other than that, bizarre nose on this one. Yeah, just really kind of soft eucalyptus, kind of touch of savory vibe on top of a very subtle kind of hazy IPA kind of thing. Very weird. Let's dive in. Cheers. I don't hate it, actually. Yeah, doubling down on that mint component. That eucalyptus mint component. It's really effervescent. It's like almost like when you bite into it and like an evergreen gum, but you're not getting that huge minty component. It's more that kind of vibrant kind of eucalyptus kind of when you huff on a Vicks kind of thing where it opens your nostrils. You're kind of getting that there, that mintiness, an evergreen. That kind of savory thing I was talking about is pretty much not there in the taste. I don't think it's there at all. We are getting a big pop from that milk sugar. And there's definitely a soft, rich vanilla underneath that is separate from that. So the milk sugar comes off a little bit more crystallized, a little bit more like white sugar. And then you get that pop of vanilla underneath. So they're very close to each other, but they're very distinct. And there's a bittering hop fruitiness throughout. But it's kind of hard to get to it outside of that minty component. And then that big sweet component. Decent mouthfeel, nothing too crazy, maybe a little bit overcarbonated. Unique beer. I don't know if I love it, but it's interesting. It's just a kind of weird IPA, to be perfectly honest with you. And I can get down with weird, but I feel like this is a little bit more throwing stuff on a dartboard as opposed to being calculated with what you want to do with it. Be like, let's see what these things do together, as opposed to be like, I have an idea. Let's make that happen. that's just total conjecture on my point. I have no idea how Stickman goes about their things, but it kind of tastes like a bunch of ingredients thrown into a pot as opposed to a solid, meaningful plan. And executed well, because sometimes you can be like, okay, I get what they're going for here, but they just missed. This is like, I have no idea what they're going for here, and it just tastes like a bunch of ingredients. That being said, it's not a negative beer. I'm not really, some people will call that mintiness like a little bit of a medicinal thing, and they call it a negative. I like that soft eucalyptus minty thing, and I can dig that in a lot of beers, and it can work in this one, so I'm not going to knock it too much on that. But overall, it's unique. Unique New York, but not necessarily unique in a good way. But not necessarily unique in a bad way. Let's be Mr. Cryptic today. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better lactose IPAs I've had as of late? No. Just interesting, but that's probably its biggest selling point. Value and availability, no idea. And leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like lactose and sweetness, because those are the big two components you're getting here. The hops are kind of lost, the ingredients are kind of muddled, so it's interesting beer to try, but at the same time, I don't know if it's something I'd seek out. Let's put it this way: if I was close to Stickman or had an opportunity to try this, I would love to try it, just so a year from now when I try a similar beer like this, to see how they've grown. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Stickman jam right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.